I just love reading. It opens up my imagination so I can explore all kinds of ideas and characters. The possibilities are as endless as the universe. In my mind, literature can take me anywhere, like a spooky forest, a festive carnival, or even a whole other planet. But do you know what it's called when literature brings stories to life right in front of your eyes and ears on a stage? Drama. The theater. A world where performing for an audience all starts with writing ideas on the page that come alive on a stage. In today's lesson, you will learn about the dynamic genre of drama, which is literature that is intended to be performed in front of an audience. By the end of this video, you should be able to identify and understand the elements unique to drama, as well as the elements of fiction that are used in drama. Are you ready? Let's start the show! Drama is literature that is performed. So, what does this mean to us as readers? Like, can we read plays? Or do we only see plays being performed? Of course we can read plays, but when we do, we must remember that they are written to be performed. Knowing the unique drama elements that help guide the actors, directors, and everyone who helps a performance go on will help us make meaning as we read too. Since authors of drama write plays, they have a special title, Playwright. Let's explore The Three Little Pigs, written as a play, to help us think about how playwrights develop their stories through drama. Plays include a list of characters at the beginning, and sometimes short descriptions are included too. This helps the actors gain insight into how they should portray the characters through their acting, and it helps the reader have a better understanding of their characteristics too. In a play, the actors will actually put on costumes and become their characters on the stage so that an audience can experience the story in action. But how do the actors, set designers, and other members of a play's production know what to do to bring the performance to life? Well, for that, we have stage directions, which are the instructions that guide actors' movements and behaviors, as well as visual and sound elements for production. The stage directions for Scene 1 state that the stage is divided into 3 areas representing the 3 pigs' homes. It is a sunny day in the countryside. What sights and sounds do you imagine are in this setting? When reading the play, I can use my imagination as the setting is described. In my mind, I hear the soft wind blowing, and oh, I hear the birds sweetly chirping. But when performed, the crew uses effects to help me actually hear the sounds of the peaceful countryside. They use the stage directions as a guide for building an experience for the audience. Now that we know our setting, let's find out more about the characters and plot. First, we'll meet a type of character that is often used in drama, the narrator. This character is not a part of the action of the story, but provides extra information for the audience to help build background and provide commentary around the plot of the play. Here, we learn through the stage directions that our narrator is off stage, so the audience will only hear the voice reading. Once upon a time, in a peaceful countryside, there lived 3 little pigs. Notice that each character is listed along with additional stage directions and the words they should speak aloud. How would you read the part of Practical Pig if you were performing this line? I'll give it a try. I'm going to build my house with sturdy bricks. Did you notice that I didn't say every word that was written? As a performer, I only speak the dialogue, which is the character's spoken words. So, instead of reading the character name and stage directions out loud, the actors really do what the stage directions describe and say their dialogue for the audience to hear. But as readers, we get to use all of these features as clues to help us understand the story and imagine how the play would be performed. Another unique element of drama is how divisions in a play organize the storyline into segments. These are called scenes. Let's take a quick look at scene 2 to see what our characters are up to next. The scene division helps us understand that the setting has changed. It is time for the arrival of the big bad wolf. Once again, the stage directions show us what the scene will look like on the stage, with the big bad wolf lurking in the shadows. Instead of reading, "Big bad wolf slyly rubbing his hands together, ah, three little pigs," the actor would use these clues to perform, giving the audience the impression that this scary wolf is hungry and has his eyes on the pigs. Imagine you are playing the big bad wolf in a play. How would you perform this line? Something like this. "Ah, three little pigs, my lucky day. Ow!" I bet your performance was even better. Now that you understand the unique elements of drama, remember that playwrights use elements of fiction when writing drama, just like authors of fiction stories do. Playwrights use imagery to help the setting come to life for both the reader and the audience. We read plays to uncover their themes and how the playwright uses figurative language to develop a mood. Really, all of the elements of fiction are used in drama to help bring stories to life on the stage. You will read several plays throughout this unit. Look for these elements to bring the stories to life on the stage of your mind. All right, readers, let's get this show on the road. Happy reading!
Hey!